Hi friends, it's Iris here, and today it's one of my DIY builds, and today we will try to sound treat this room. Not soundproof, sound treat. As you can hear now, this is the biggest room in our apartment and it's pretty echoey. It's also have some furniture and it's still pretty echoey. An echo is one of those things you usually hear in big empty spaces, and once you fill them with furniture they feel a lot nicer. But still, some people find that in videos they're like, oh, this sound is so echoey. For myself personally, I didn't see it as a problem, but since I like to build stuff, I decided I want to try to sound treat this room and see if it improves anything. As all of my builds, it started a while ago, and I was thinking it looks cool, like all those YouTube channels have those squarey things on the backgrounds, but I didn't want it that because first of all, I don't need it. Second of all, I don't have dedicated space in my apartment where I can say this is where it's gonna be, because we have moved furniture from room to room like 10 times already and probably will keep on doing it. So I wanted something that you shouldn't glue to the walls, and I saw this video, I recommend to search for it, where a guy was doing sound panels using some old towels, and he was going pretty scientific on it, measuring all sorts of stuff, and he did pretty neat job there. So that was like, this could work for me, but I didn't have that many towels to use on just my hobby project. And then one day I stumbled upon a thing like this, which is some foamy spongy material made for kids' beds, I think. I was like, I could use this for sound panels. And project was born. How I made it and why I made it. And to test it, this is the sound of empty room. And I'm recording it on a microphone right up here. That's one of them budget microphones, very popular on YouTube because of its price. It's like 20 to 30 euros, and I'm recording it in a Nikon D5300. Other microphone is little portable boy microphone on my Samsung S7 phone, and in the middle of the room I have my handy Zoom H1 recorder just to see the stereo sound and see if it really changes anything. So this is how this room sounds without sound panels. This is recording on a cheap microphone into Nikon. This is recording in Samsung S7 with the boy microphone. And this sound is now from Zoom H1 handy recorder. Not the new version. So now we're listening to sound treated room. This is the cheap microphone going into Nikon D5300, saying random things like 1, 2, 3 in the sound treated room. This is my little boy microphone going in Samsung S7, and I'll say them random things again, like 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. And this is in stereo recording on Zoom H1, and you can hear my 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1 again. So that's in the sound treated room. I hope you can hear the difference. So my project was not for nothing. Well, now while editing I realized that it's not that much difference on a video. That's at least with my technology and with my hearing what I can hear. But it still definitely made room sound better, and it's nicer to have conversations and to watch TV and stuff like that. And like I said, it's a nice hobby project that I enjoyed to do. And now let's carry on watching how it was made. Let's jump back to previous me. And even now with the ears I can just hear that there is some improvement, and it sounds less echoey and sort of more dense, the sound. And the way I did it was, like I said, I got these spongy things, so I was like, this is something I can frame nicely, and they were pretty cheap. That's the only reason I got them. So then I had a plan, and I'll build some frames where I'll fit those things in. So I took my trustworthy assistant, my daughter.
Pirkt dēļus? Būvēsim lietas mājās. Yeah?
We went to shop, bought some wooden bits, and I end up doing frames like this. So the idea is that there's few of those things go into. I decided to go with 2 sizes so I can vary them around. We got some wooden plank board thingies, got them home, measured them to the size, cut them to the size, screwed them together, and ended up with frames like these. I have this size where you can fit 3 and a bigger one where you can fit 4. And that would end up looking something like this. As you can see, precision is the key, but not my key, so I added these threads, strings, whatever you call them, to keep them in place. And next step was to figure out how to make them pretty, because this is not something you want hanging on a wall. So the next step was going to fabric store, which is my girlfriend's favorite place, and she's into all these things that look good and fit good in the house, so she's our designer and creative of fabrics choices. So we ended up with something like this, which is a cute little pineapples, and something a bit more random like that you see on the background. And it took a bit of calculations to figure out what's the right amount of fabrics to get, not to get too much or not to get too much. We figured that out, got the boards done, put the foamy thing in, stapled materials to it, then added some fittings. You don't have to be even fitted with fittings, because you can just hang it off the things, but I decided to go with some fittings so I can hang them on different places in a wall. And one thing that is really interesting, apart from the fact that it actually works and improves situation a bit, my girlfriend didn't hate on it, and she was like, oh, maybe we should make like a bedside wall kind of cover, so we don't knock our heads, so that's not bedside, that's bed start or end kind of thing. And we even got more fabric, so we can have some sort of fancy stuff. So this is my story, how I sound treated my room. And it's one of them things that I just wanted to do it and see if it worked. It's like that ring light project I had, which you can check here. And it's like one of those projects, like if it's cheap and it can improve a little bit, sound, light, or even free time situation, then why not to do it? Check out my ring light video build, and if you like this channel, subscribe to it. And if you have any suggestions how to sound treat your room and make your videos sound better, leave that in a comment section somewhere below this video. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!